Yo, what's going on, yo? Welcome back to the channel. You feel me? It's another great day for a reaction, man. Anyway, today we'll be reacting to movies that pissed me off by a new channel that I just found while scrolling on YouTube not too long ago, Derek FDB. I feel like I heard this name before, but anyway, let's just get into the video, man. I'm not a big movie person, okay? I don't watch a whole lot of movies, but let's see why he's heavily criticizing some of these movies, especially some of the new ones that came out within the last couple of years. Some of them have been ass. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them have been good though. So let's see what's going on with Derek, bro.
You know, when I'm watching movies, there's usually, when I'm watching movies, there's usually only three emotions I want to feel: fear, joy, or sadness. But sometimes when watching movies, there's a fourth emotion that sneaks up on you. Anger. Whether it be characters in the movie, the ending of the movie, or just the plot, sometimes there's movies that just bring out the rage in me. So I thought I'd go over some. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over some movies that pissed me off. I'm sweating just thinking about it. And in the end, I'll go over the movie that angered me more than any of them. And the first movie that comes to mind is Dragon Ball Evolution.
I haven't seen any of the Dragon Ball live actions, bro. I'm not gonna torture myself like that. But I just want to say this. I just want to preface this before this video gets any more significant. There's only one movie. I need y'all to look at me when I say this. There's only one movie that came out within recent years that I'm 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Besides the One Piece live action, but that's a whole different thing. 10 out of 10 would recommend you watch, and that's the How to Train Your Dragons movie. I love that movie. They actually did it great with that live action. That's the one movie that I actually watched that I'm actually glad that they made, because it was awesome. The CGI, the actors. I hated Astra's actor. I don't know why. I just looked at her face and got pissed off immediately from the start of the movie. But other than that, everything else was great. I loved it. They missed a chance for some iconic lines, you know, but I digress. They still did their thing on that one. I like that movie a whole lot. Like 10 out of 10.
And honestly, most live action adaptations are one of those things that always fascinated me as a kid. But now, I can't stand the sight of one. Something about the show or video game or book you love coming to life was just...
If they ever do a Ben 10 live adaptation, I'm going, and they do it wrong, I'm gonna flip my shit, bro. I'm gonna flip my shit. I don't know how much of y'all was alive. Well, probably a lot of y'all, right? I don't know how much y'all watched friggin' the original Ben 10
live
series.
Action adaptations are one of those things that always fascinated me as a kid.
Yeah,
but
now,
Come on. The sight of one. Something.
Yeah, I don't know how much y'all watched this original series, but this was such a golden series, bro. Oh my god. And everything that followed after it up to a certain point, great. Up until Omniverse, that's kind of where they lost me. But everything else, I very, very much enjoyed growing up.
About the show or video game or book you love coming to life was just so cool. Like, I still remember Googling pictures of Pokemon in real life, especially Gardevoir. But the
I see this guy and JVS share some similarities. Interesting.
movie that broke this fantasy for me was the worst live adaptation movie ever. Dragon Ball Evolution. I got a lot of comments telling me to go over this, and I think it's because y'all knew how I would feel about it. If you don't know this movie, this is the live adaptation of my favorite anime of all time, Dragon Ball Z. And this movie is so I'm not usually a hard critic, but I mean it. This movie is terrible. I've never seen a movie get so many things from its original source wrong. And don't think I'm one of those nitpicking dudes obsessing over small details. Goku's undershirt is actually a lighter blue. No. This movie got major things wrong. Instead of Goku being this Saiyan warrior monkey boy that everyone knows him as, in this movie, he's a high school student. A white American teenage high school student. Come on, on, bro. Goku's supposed to be fighting androids and flamboyant aliens, not school bullies and quiet kids. And it doesn't just end at Goku being a high schooler, no. They also got him following this Fugazi karate kid with 2002 Spider-Man storyline. It even got its own Uncle Ben scene and everything. I wish I was making this stuff up, but I'm not. What pisses me off the most about this is, did they even try, like, at all? I would say they got some messed up AI summary.
All right, so this movie came out in 2009, bro. And I have never heard or seen, I probably have heard of it, but I've never actually seen this movie. And I just looked it up. To every single person that acted in this movie, I hope that whatever car you're driving breaks down on you, bro. On the side of the road, in rush hour traffic, somewhere in probably Los Angeles, I don't fucking know, or New York. Whichever one's busier during rush hour, I hope your car breaks down. Because why did y'all make this? This never needed to be a thing. Who was the director? Give me a second. I forgot to look at that. And to director Wong, James Wong. I think that's what his name was. Don't ever make another movie a day in your life. I probably never will see another one of your films ever again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look up your films just to make sure that I never see another one. I'm stuttering because I'm angry.
Of the movie, but this dropped 16 years ago. So this means the dudes behind this film looked over at the Dragon Ball manga and anime DVDs sitting on their desk and said, F it. Let's read a quick summary on Wikipedia and do it off the dome. And the crazy thing is, Dragon Ball is so popular, you don't even really gotta know Dragon Ball to see how bad it is either. We can do straight visual. Look at Goku in the show, now look at him in the movie. Goku's teacher in the show, now look at him in the movie. Goku's signature move, you know, the Kamehameha, everyone knows it. In the show, now look at it in the movie. Why is it Blue Air? They even did one of the coolest villains in the entire series dirty. Piccolo in the show? Now, that's not Piccolo, bro.
Nigga look like an off-brand Wishmaster, bro. If y'all don't know what Wishmaster is, that's an old horror movie. Nigga look like an off-brand. I'm gonna put a picture right. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the picture right side by side to each other so y'all can see the comparison of what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ.
They made him light-skinned. How y'all gonna make the one green dude a light-skinned? This movie just hurts as a fan. How you gonna give the most popular anime of all time one of the worst rated movies ever? But that's how it is for most live action adaptations, sadly. They all suck.
I never seen the Until Dawn one either, but some of the people that I do know that have seen it says it's good. I'm heavily skeptical on that for the simple fact that I've played the Until Dawn games. I don't know how good they gonna transition that into a movie.
The Disney ones, trash.
In my opinion.
The anime ones like Death Note, trash. The Sonic movie.
Oh, God. I know I've been pausing for like every 2 seconds, but Jesus, twice that Death Note adaptation was so bad. It was so bad. I watched it. It was so bad. I hated myself for it. You know what was better than that? This right here, Sweet Home. And this is a manhwa that I read way back in the day. This was way better than the Death Note adaptation. And if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It might still be on Netflix. I don't know. But if you read it before you watch it or watch it before you read it, either way, it's still decent. It's way better than the Death Note one, at least.
Nah, it was good. I can't lie. And then the one I have at second worst, the Avatar movie. Bro, this movie was cheeks. Who is on? But adaptations, they do piss me off, but it's more like a disappointment. A movie that bugs me a bit more than adaptations though is Friday the 13th. This is the first of these movies I'd say I'm a pretty big fan of. I mess with the game heavy, like
shout out that
the
boy
whole
Dash.
summer camp killer horror movie vibe. Like Sleepaway Camp and Fear Street 1978, those are some of my favorites. And of course, I love Jason. Honestly, all the killers from this franchise. Jason's mom, that one random dude, Jason X, I love them all. With all these positives, What could possibly be pissing me off? The
characters.
Except for a few exceptions, these dudes are not only so easy to forget, but these dudes' decisions are so dang stupid. Jason's great at hunting people and stuff. I don't mean to discredit him, but they just be making it too easy for him. If they're not dying because of randomly going to take a piss in the woods, they're dying because they just can't keep it in their dang pants. I ain't saying I wouldn't want to do the same. I mean, I'm only human after, but there's a time and a place. They know they're at Camp Crystal Lake. It's also the way they go about it. Like, they'll be in the middle of the woods and hear a scream in the distance. What was that? I don't know. Take your top off to be safe. And this ain't just a Friday issue. This is a horror movie thing. Throw them up there too. Plenty of horror movies got plenty of characters making plenty of stupid decisions that just frustrate me. Saw got like 25 movies and they got at least one dummy in every one of them. No pun intended. Scream got people refusing to unmask the killer and trying to fit through doggy doors. Like, what are you doing? Same thing with The Ring. Hella dummies. And this one especially gets me mad because who in their right mind is watching a cursed tape that kills you? Who? That just flat out ain't it's smart. And the sad part is, as much as I'm flaming these horror movie characters, some of y'all watching this will do.
I love y'all, dog. I love all people, bro. I'm playing. But it's true, bro. It's true, bro. I'm sorry. It's true, bro.
The same things, especially when it comes to The Ring. If this tape dropped today, I know for a fact some of y'all watching is gonna be tapping in. And if you're saying it's not me, no, it's probably you, bro. It's probably you. Don't lie to me. But no characters in a horror movie piss me off more than the parents from A Quiet Place. Oh my goodness. In a world where if you make noise, you die, these two not only decided to have a baby, which is one, so irresponsible, they pretty much gave this baby a death sentence, and two, how did they manage to get down without making a noise? I need to know. But they also were the reason their other baby died. A lot of people like to blame the daughter for not noticing the kid take the batteries, which is fair, I guess. But me, I blame the parents for not watching their dang kid. You telling me they were walking for how long and ain't looked back once and noticed a toy playing in this kid's hand? And why was the youngest in the back anyways? Well, what is this? Again, this is a world where you could die from making noise. Literally me going, my 23 years on this earth will be over. You can slide with a little negligence in the real world, but in this one,
me and this nigga the same age, bro. This video came out recently. We are the same age. That is insane to me. Wow. I'm slacking, bro.
Nah, this is why I'm so passionate about telling y'all how I would survive these things, man. These dudes be stupid. But I digress, because like I said a while back ago, I can make a whole video on stupid decisions in horror movies. And now, before I go over the movie that pissed me off the most, I gotta talk about a type of movie that pisses us off as a collective. Musicals. I hate musicals. I know some people love them, but if you're asking...
If you as a person unironically watches musicals and enjoy them, and you try to come around me with that shit, like if I ever, I'll never do this by the way, but if I ever invite anybody to my house and they say let's watch a movie and they put on whatever this shit is, I don't even know this movie. I think it's High School Musical. I think that's what it is. But if you ever throw some shit like that on my TV, I'm kicking you out, bro. And I'm throwing the TV at you, bro. I'll unmount it from the wall and throw it at you, bro. As I'm kicking you out at the same time. You get tossed out like Jazz does in Fresh Prince, and I'll throw the TV right behind you. Just to make sure you die on impact, bro. Because what the fuck is this, bro? Don't come to my house trying to play this shit.
Me, 80% of them are terrible. Unless it's something made by old Disney or like Grease or something, they're butt. Especially nowadays. The new Joker movie, that movie was trash.
I hated. I can't even remember how long that movie was, but I think it was like 2 hours and some change, bro. I want those 2 hours of my life back, bro. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is just so y'all don't think that I'm full of shit. One quick Google search of the Joker film will show you that this show has gotten such horrible reviews. It sucks. Everybody hated it. I am no exception. I would like those 2 hours of my life back. To whomever directed this movie, whoever produced this movie, I would like my 2 hours of my life back. Or at least, some compensation. This is my Cash App right here. You can compensate me nicely.
Everything they were building in the first one, ruined. Same thing with the new Mean Girls movie. What a fall from grace. Just because they sung Jingle Bell Rock in the first one doesn't mean you make the second one a musical. Wicked is another one. Oh my.
Didn't watch it.
Just so the theater kids don't hit me with every slur in the book, I'm gonna just keep my opinion to myself. It was that. Like, obviously the songs were good. I mean, I would never listen to them again, but they were good. But even with good songs, I felt nothing watching this movie. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. It was just nothing, which...
Why is she green? There's a part of that plot that I'm missing that I don't... As a matter of fact, don't answer that question. I don't care.
Might be worse. And then there's the new kid on the block. K-pop Demon Hunters. I know I'm late to the party, but I got some things I want to say about this movie. And before the K-pop fans attack me, calm down, Slick. Hear me out. Now, when I initially saw this movie on my Netflix feed, I was already skeptical. A musical movie about K-pop singers hunting demons? And Liza Koshy's in it? What even is this? So after putting it off for a while, I watched it. Me, a musical hater, sat down and watched the musical K-pop Demon Hunters. And if I'm being honest, without sparing any feelings, this movie wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I dare even say I liked it. But there was something that pissed me off. For something that's not normally my cup of tea, it was good. The animation was good with the new Sony Spider-Verse thing going on. The music, bro, outside of New Jeans and that one song from 2K16, I wasn't a K-pop guy ever. But this movie had some bangers. I liked all the songs, but Soda Pop and Golden were the best ones. Hands down, hands down. And then of course, the main characters, Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. Even them, I can't lie, they're all likable. Zoe's my favorite. Only thing I will say that actually pissed me off about this movie, Rumi's adoptive mom. Oh my goodness, she was the worst. Bro, the entire final act could have been avoided if she just sat down Mira and Zoe when they were young and told them, hey, so Rumi's kind of half demon, but she's good, so we good? Boom, situation solved. But yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters, for something I normally don't like, it's not bad. The ending did feel a little rushed, but it's calm. That title is still crazy though. And now for the movie that pissed me off more.
I was gonna say I'll give it a chance to watch it, but I doubt I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm not sitting down to watch that, bro.
More than any of them.
I don't give a fuck how good it is.
2009 movie, Brothers. Now, I need to say this before I start. I love this movie. The cast, the music, the plot, everything. The cast, please go watch it. I made my mom watch it the other day and she cried. Go watch it. But Derek, I thought this movie pissed you off. Oh, it does. If you've never seen this movie, we follow these two brothers who live two completely different lives. One being Sam, who's played by freaking Tobey Maguire, my boy. Best Spider-Man, no debate. Shout out the GOAT. And the other one being Tommy, who's played by Jake Gyllenhaal. I told y'all about this cast. Like most brothers, Sam and Tommy may come from the same parents, but they're different. Sam is a Marine with a happy family. He's got a wife, Grace, aka Padme, aka Natalie Portman. What the? Two daughters, Isabel and Maggie. A house, you know, he has a happy family. While Tommy is a bum. Nah, just kidding. Not really. I don't know if he's broke, but he is an ex-convict, so not off to a good start. Point is, Sam good, Tommy unemployed disappointment. But one day, Sam being a Marine has to go back on tour to Afghanistan, which I always thought it was silly how they called going back to literal enemy territory a tour. Like, that doesn't sound war related at all. That sounds fun. And my dad told me
it's terminology they use for the public to make it more humane, I guess. Because if you're gonna say you're running into enemy territory to fucking slaughter a bunch of civilians and soldiers and children, people are gonna panic. So they try to use words to keep it as humane as possible and relatable, I guess.
Yeah, 6 years old. Son, I'm going on tour to Afghanistan. I might just sneak in his luggage. That sounds lit. That's not the point though. Point is, Sam has to go back in the field and I know how war goes. Before even touching down, Sam's helicopter gets shot down and he is pursued.
At least that's just what I think. That's just what I think. I don't know for a fact why they call it that, but that's just what I think.
Dead. R.I.P. His family gets word of it and obviously it hits them hard. His parents lost a son, Grace lost a husband, Tommy lost a brother, the two girls lost their father. I mean, even the people. We lost Spider-Man. Now you're probably like, what's there to get angry about, Derek? This is just sad. Well, after finding out about his brother's death, Tommy decides he has to step up and be there for his nieces. Being an alcoholic does in fact not pay bills. Aw, that's sweet. But while watching this positive shift in Tommy, I balled my fist a little because I had a feeling where this was going. It starts with Tommy visiting the girls while they make pancakes, then him getting his buddies to repaint their kitchen, then him helping set up Grace's birthday party, then him going ice skating with the girls, and then y'all see where this is going. Grace and Tommy start developing feelings for each other, and even kiss. Bro, this had me fuming on the first watch. Like, how could y'all do my boy Sam like this? Tommy, that is your brother. It's in the title. Now we're in diapers together and you're the younger one? You're making us look bad. And Grace, you are a grown woman falling in love with two brothers? What you think this is? The Summer I Turned Pretty? Yeah, I'm hip. I know that show. But Derek, can't you see that they're... What you think this is? The Summer I Turned...
What is this? What is this? I thought he was gonna make a Euphoria reference because of, you know, but oh god, this the shit y'all women be liking, bro. Hey, man.
Pretty?
Man.
Yeah, I'm hip. I know that show. But Derek, can't you see that they're both grieving and found comfort in one another? And in Tommy's case, this loss was making him a better person. Are you really that immature you can't understand their situations? First of all, yes, I am that immature. Second of all, this isn't a maturity issue. This is just wrong. I don't care that Grace is moving on or that Tommy is getting better. I like them. I'm happy for them. But does it have to be your brother's wife and your husband's brother? This is 2009, bro. Dating sites already existed. Anyone remember eHarmony? Yeah, one of my favorites. Why couldn't they just find somebody there? And third of all, which is the reason this whole debacle pissed me off even more, I ain't tell you this, but Sam survived the crash. Yeah, so the whole time Tommy and Grace...
If you haven't watched this movie, it's a great movie. You should watch it. I've seen it a couple of times. It's freaking amazing. But that's not why I paused. If God forbid, I die and I leave my wife and children behind and my brother moves in to their lives, I don't know if I'd be upset at that. Now, granted, they think I'm dead, right? But if I'm alive, I'm none the wiser, right? But if he decides to move in, I don't know. I don't think I'd be upset at that. Now, granted, I'd never do it. That's freaking weird. I wouldn't be able to look at my brother's wife and not see my brother's face, right? But if he did it to comfort my wife and children in my absence because I'm dead, then I probably wouldn't be too mad at that. Now, I know somewhere in the subcontext of what I just said, yeah, like I was saying, somewhere in the subcontext of what I just said is me saying that I'm okay with my wife cheating on me with my brother, but it's not. That's not what I'm saying. Don't be weird. That's fucking disgusting. I'm just saying, if I died or they assumed that I'm dead, I wouldn't be mad at it if he did that, you know, because I'm dead and I prefer my brother. I've grown up with my brother my entire life. I prefer him be the one to raise my child instead of some new nigga that might, you know, fuck around and do something that might not be very humane to my children, especially my two little girls, you know. So that's just me. It's just me, you know. I could be tripping, but that's just what I feel.
It's over here enjoying each other's company, going ice skating, sharing drinks, kissing. Sam was trying to survive being tortured mentally, physically. Bro, he even murked his friend under threat of his family being killed. And he didn't even know what was going on back home. To be fair, they only kissed once, but still, ignorance is bliss. Luckily for Sam, eventually the Marines retrieve him, but damage is already done. When he comes back home, Sam was not the same whatsoever. Like, in bed with the shoes on is crazy. And Sam, although going through all that mental torture in Afghanistan, still had his brain at 100% because he noticed what I noticed. He noticed that Tommy and Grace were getting along pretty well. So he confronts him in the most shocking way. Like, I can't even do it justice explaining it. Just watch.
Did you her?
Bro, this has me dead every time I rewatch it. Tommy ends up telling him no, he did not, which is actually the truth. They did not do anything besides kiss from what we saw. But he didn't tell him they did kiss, which still led to an issue. Because since he wasn't clear about this, a small part of Sam still felt like they were hiding something. I mean, their chemistry is undeniable. And all this leads up to the most infamous scene in the movie, the birthday scene. Oh,
I know y'all have seen this. They had clips of this shit all over the internet, bro. I know y'all seen this clip, bro.
The birthday scene. So after some feeling guilty and trying to re-enlist and getting rejected, and Sam acknowledging a shift in attitude and trying to get better, if you're wondering how bad his attitude got, he wasn't laughing at his daughter's corny jokes. I know, crazy. We get the birthday scene. My blood pressure's going up just remembering. So everyone's chilling as they celebrate the youngest daughter's birthday, you know. Whole fam's there. Sam, his parents, Grace, Tommy, Tommy's girlfriend, who's clearly some form of cover-up, and the two daughters, Maggie, the birthday girl, and Isabel. So like I said, everyone's chilling, enjoying each other's company, until Isabel, for no reason, starts taking Maggie's doll. Sam tells her to stop, you know, it's kids doing kid stuff, so he just tells her to stop. But then Isabel takes another one of Maggie's dolls. So Sam tells her to stop again. But this time, Isabel didn't just sit there in silence. She starts saying, Maggie always gets everything, and I didn't get anything for my birthday last year. And you were in stupid Afghanistan. Ooh, my heart is thumping. But it gets worse. Because little Isabel starts crying, and yo, shout out to the actress, by the way. She pisses me off, but love her. Little Isabel starts crying, so she grabs a balloon and just starts messing with it. You know, doing that annoying sound when you rub on it and squeeze it. Ugh. Just being a bad kid. Sam again tells her to stop, but she keeps going. At this point, doing it on purpose. So Sam has enough and pops the balloon. And this is where it all went downhill. This little girl, Isabel, tells Sam, couldn't you just have stayed dead? Oh! Hold on, she continues. You're just mad mom rather sleep with Uncle Tommy.
Isabel!
Mom and Uncle Tommy have sex all the time. Oh my days. This scene did something to me when I first watched it. Somehow, this little girl went from a character I ain't care about to oh my goodness, there goes the blood pressure. You know how painful that must have been for Sam to hear? He must have immediately thought, well, not only does my daughter not love me as a dad anymore, but she'd rather my brother be her dad. And oh yeah, my wife and brother betrayed me. Bro, I genuinely hated all three of them after this, especially Isabel. There was no need to do all that. Shout out to Bailey Madison. But Derek, she's just an angry kid. First of all, I don't care. And second of all, y'all don't understand yet, because I had even more reason to be mad when later that night, after a quiet car ride home, these used to be terrifying, we see Isabel and Grace talking in bed, and it's revealed that Isabel straight up lied, which is like, phew, I guess I don't hate Tommy and Grace. But you lied? That's more messed up than telling the quote-unquote truth, especially because this little lie leads to one of the saddest moments I think I've seen in any movie. Grace, after putting the kids to bed, walks in on Sam sitting in the living room, crowbar in hand, in silence. Sam walks into the kitchen and asks Grace if she knows what he did to get back to her.
No.
You know what I did? To f*** you! And I hate this word because it's overused, but Sam just straight up starts crashing out, having a breakdown. Bringing up Grace sleeping with Tommy, which we know didn't happen. Still asking her, do you know what I did? Telling her how much he loves her. Not gonna lie, when I watched this, I teared up, y'all. This is sad. Tommy walks in and hugs him, which almost works until it doesn't. And while Sam is pressing Tommy for all the quote-unquote things he's done behind his back, he hears the cops outside and it gets sad. Sam goes out there and pretty much just tries to make the cops pack him up. Gun in hand, shooting in the air, telling them to do it. This was some sad stuff and tense. Tommy eventually tells the cops to cool it, and he uses the power of brotherly love to defuse the situation. Somehow. I'm sorry, but I can't help but say it. If Sam wasn't a war hero and he was a few shades darker, this movie's ending would have been darker. The movie ends with Sam being hospitalized and him and Tommy and Grace being in good graces and him telling Grace what he did to get back to her and the family. Kill his friend. Like I said, this movie pissed me off, but man, it's sad. And it's some heat. As much as I blame Isabel and Tommy and Grace, I know it's all stemming from the war, because that's what this movie's about, the consequences of war. So I hope this taught y'all that not all movies that make you angry are necessarily bad. Sometimes they just make you emotional. Not you though, not you. That was pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over this time. And yeah, I said this time because there might be a part 2. Comment down below some movies that pissed y'all off. And also, I'm doing a part 3 for movies I thought were weird, where I watched the weirdest movie sent in by you guys.
What the freaking what?
And also, I'm doing a part 3 for movies I thought were weird, where I...
What is this? Who made... Bro, y'all gotta stop, bro. Y'all gotta stop, bro.
Movie sent in by...
Y'all gotta stop, bro. What is this? Ew. Yo, just because you have an idea does not mean that idea has to leave your mind 10% of the time, bro. This is disgusting, bro. That is... That is filthy, bro. And to the poor soul that has to dress up like that, who has to have his thing tooted up in the air. You need to make better life choices if this is where your career leads you, bro. I'm just saying.
By you guys and give you guys my opinions. So comment down below some movies, or even easier, send them in on my IG or on my Discord. Now, let's see if you guys can win up what y'all did last time. And moral of the story? Ah!
Alright, nigga. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that was movies that pissed off that guy Derek. Derek? Did I say his name right? Yeah, Derek. That guy Derek. I ain't gonna lie. Other than that Dragon Ball movie, what were the other ones in here? I'm pretty sure that Dragon Ball was the main one. Oh yeah, and the musicals. The rest of them were pretty calm. Yeah, the stupid characters in the horror movie trope is kind of played out. You know, it's getting old, but it wasn't. It's, you know, that was back in the day. They've gotten somewhat better at that now, right? Right. Let's hope, at least. But yeah, that's been movies that pissed me off. I know I said that already, but I'm saying it again, nigga. That'll be it for this video. Yeah, I got nothing else for you. Yeah, fuck it.